क्या आप IAS की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के स्टडी IQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप IAS की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें studyiq.com।
Hello friends and welcome to Study IQ. In this lecture, we will discuss about Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill 2017. The Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill of 2017 aims to amend the Motor Vehicle Act 1988. So we can understand that the Motor Vehicle Act was on 1988 and it's been 30 years. The situation of the roads have changed, the number of vehicles have changed, the economy itself has changed, and there is a drastic change from 1988 to 2018. So in order to accommodate the needs and demands of the present roads and in order to improve the situation of the roads, the Parliament has initiated the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill of 2017. And one of the major reasons for introducing this bill is that the number of deaths due to road accidents in India is increasing every year. So approximately there is almost 1.5 lakh deaths due to road accidents every year in India, and this is a very large number. So in order to improve the condition of the roads and also in order to reduce this number of road accidents, the Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill of 2017 has been introduced. Now if we look at the status of the bill, it has been passed by the Lok Sabha and now it is pending in the Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha also has to pass this bill and then it will go to the President for the assent of the President. So once this bill receives the assent of the President, it will be known as the Motor Vehicles Amendment Act. So once assent is given, it will become an act. From bill, it will get converted to an act. So we said that it is pending in the Rajya Sabha. There are mainly two reasons this is still pending in the Rajya Sabha. First reason is that the members of the Rajya Sabha says that this bill tries to curtail the powers of the state governments. The state governments will have lesser powers if this bill gets passed. And second criticism is that this is favoring corporates. So these are the two reasons why this is not getting an approval from the Rajya Sabha. So from the two houses of parliament, a bill needs approval, then it goes to the president. Now briefly looking at the bill, first of all, it proposes huge increases in various penalties for traffic violations. So if there is any violation of the traffic rules, the bill proposes huge penalties. So we said there is already a Motor Vehicle Act of 1988. So relative to this MVA 1988, this bill proposes huge increases in the penalties for violation of traffic rules. Secondly, the bill provides for protection of Good Samaritans. Good Samaritans means the people who save or rescue people from road accidents. If suppose a person is hit by a car and he is still lying on the road, so if a person comes and if he takes him to the hospital, we call that person as a Good Samaritan. So this bill gives certain protection to Good Samaritans in order to help the victims of the road accidents to get better medication support as soon as possible. Thirdly, this bill calls for recall of defective vehicle parts, and defective vehicle parts can cause accidents. So this is the third important provision. Fourthly, this holds builders accountable for poor quality of infrastructure. So the builders of the roads will be accountable for poor quality of the roads or infrastructure. So accountability is ensured through this bill. And coming to juvenile drivers, the vehicle owners will be criminally liable for various violations committed by the juvenile drivers. So this is also included in the bill. And if we look at the UN mandate to reduce road accidents up to 50% by 2020, this bill is going to help in this regard. If this bill or the provisions of this bill are properly implemented, it will definitely reduce the number of road accidents. And what is a UN mandate? To reduce the road accidents up to 50% by the year 2020. So almost 1.5 years remaining. So if these provisions are properly implemented, it will help India in order to achieve this target, at least to a larger extent. And this is radically going to change the 30-year-old law. As we said, when the MVA Motor Vehicle Act of 1988 was passed, the situation of the economy was entirely different. The economy was not so modernized, not so urbanized, number of vehicles were less, the infrastructure was very less. So now there is a drastic change to the economy. So in order to accommodate all these changes and the demands posed by these changes, this bill will definitely address it. So this is a solution to the limitations provided by the 30-year-old law, that is MVA 1988. Now let us look at the important proposals other than the renewed penalties. So one important thing is the penalties have been increased. So other than the penalties, there are various other important proposals as well. So now let us look at them. First one is that Aadhaar has been made mandatory for driving license and also for vehicle registration. So Aadhaar has become an important factor and therefore the transparency increases. Secondly, for hit and run cases, the compensation for the family has been improved to 2 lakh. So earlier it was 25,000 in the case of hit and run. So the victim's family will now get 2 lakh rupees compensation under the new proposed bill. Thirdly, the bill also provides for protection of Good Samaritans. So the Good Samaritans will get protection from civil liability and also criminal liability. And also under this bill, it is optional to disclose identity to the police or to the medical personnel. So the disclosure of identity is voluntary. So this move will motivate people to save the victims from accidents. So this will help the accident victims to get medical support. Also under this bill there will be a motor vehicle accident fund. So this fund will provide compulsory insurance cover to all road users in India for certain type of accidents. So this is a compulsory insurance and this is provided for all road users, whether it is a driver or a pedestrian or a traveler. So for every road user it provides a compulsory insurance, and in case of certain types of accident, from this fund compensation will be provided. Also it is mandatory under this bill to alter vehicles to make them suitable for specially abled people. So for differently abled people it makes it mandatory that the vehicles should be altered in order to accommodate their demands. So this is a kind of empowerment. So with this specially designed vehicles, differently abled people are also now able to use vehicles or drive the vehicles. So this makes them more empowered. Also under this bill, the contractors, consultants and civic agencies will be accountable for faulty design, construction or poor maintenance of the roads, and this has led to many accident cases in India. For example, potholes in the roads. This is due to poor construction or poor maintenance. So under this bill, accountability of the contractors, consultants and the civic agencies are ensured so that there will be better construction and also better maintenance of the roads, leading to decrease in the number of road accidents in the country. Now next, coming to the limit for renewal of a driving license. So earlier it was 1 month before or 1 month after the expiry date of the driving license. Now this 1 month has been extended to 1 year. So a person can renew his or her driving license 1 year before or 1 year after the expiry of the driving license. Next is an important provision, that is recall of vehicles. So the government can recall vehicles whose components or engine. So if the components or engine of a vehicle does not meet the required standards, the government can call for a recall. Government can go for a recall. Also, the manufacturers can be fined up to 500 crore in case of substandard components or engines. So this is a very important provision for recall of vehicles and also fining manufacturers up to 500 crore for usage of substandard components. Another important provision under this bill is that this bill removes cap on liability for third-party insurance. In the 2016 version of this bill, there was a cap for third-party insurance. So, in case of death, it was 10 lakh and in case of grievous injury, it was 5 lakh. So in this version, that is 2017 version, there is no cap for third party insurance. So these are the important proposals other than the penalty part. So these are all very important, and if all these are properly implemented, there is no doubt the number of road accidents in India would come down. Now coming to the renewed penalties. The first one, traveling without ticket on public transport. If a person doesn't take a ticket in a public transport, for example, a government owned bus, the earlier penalty was 200 according to the 1988 Act, but according to the 2017 bill, it is increased to 500. So if you are traveling without ticket in a government bus, you will have to pay a penalty of 500 rupees now, if this bill is passed and then gets the assent of the president. Second one, disobedience of orders of authorities. If you are not obeying the authority or if you are not following the rules, the penalty earlier was 500. Now it is increased to 2000. Third one is usage of vehicles without license. So for unauthorized use of vehicles without license, under the new bill, a penalty of 5,000 will be charged. Earlier it was 1,000. And driving without license, earlier it was 500. Now it is increased to 5,000. So 10 times increase is there. Fifth one is driving despite disqualification. Disqualification can be different types, like if you have a medical reason or if your license have been cancelled or reasons like that. If you are disqualified for driving, earlier the penalty was 500. It has been increased to 20 times, that is 10,000 now. And for oversized vehicles, earlier there was no such rule. Now it is 5,000, and for LMV it is 1,000. Next is very important, drunk driving. So earlier the penalty was 2,000. Now it is into 5, 10,000. For overspeeding of vehicles, earlier it was 500. Now it is into 10, 5,000. Next, if you are violating any licensing conditions, this is also a very new clause. You will attract a penalty of 1 lakh rupees. And for seat belt, earlier it was 100. Now it is 1,000. For not wearing helmet, earlier it was 100. Now it is 1,000. And also there will be a disqualification of your license for 3 months. And next one is not giving way to emergency vehicles. If suppose an ambulance is coming your way or a fire force vehicle is coming your way and you are not giving way to these emergency vehicles, this is a new provision. You will attract a fine of 10,000 rupees. Now coming to the offences by juveniles, this is also a new provision. The guardians will be deemed guilty because they are juveniles. They are of lesser than 18 years of age. So the guardians will be liable for their misconduct. The guardians will have to pay a fine of 25,000 and along with that 3 years imprisonment. And also the juveniles will be tried under the Juvenile Justice Act. So from this, 3 conclusions are very important. First one, with regard to certain misconducts like drunk driving, speeding, etc., the penalty has been increased. So it means that the government is giving due attention to these small factors which are causing road accidents. So with this, the number of road accidents should come down. This is the first conclusion. Second conclusion, many new provisions are added. So we have seen that under the Motor Vehicle Act of 1988, there were a lot of provisions and many of these provisions are revised. But also we will see new provisions are added. For example, not giving way to emergency vehicles or offences by juveniles, oversized vehicles, etc. These are all new provisions. So the government has accommodated the needs of the hour also. So in 1988, when the Motor Vehicle Act was established, there were lesser demands because the condition of the economy was entirely different. Now it is 2018. So economy itself has changed a lot and this bill has tried to accommodate these changes and also the demands of these changes. Thirdly, the utility of this bill will depend on the implementation part. Say for example, if this bill is passed by the parliament and receives the assent of the president and becomes an act, so what is the use if this act is not properly implemented? So implementation is very important here. So for example, Drunk driving. There is a provision under the act that a drunk driver will be charged 10,000 fine. But if there is no proper inspection or checking, it will not provide results. So proper implementation of the provisions of this bill is also very important. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page. Thank you.
क्या आप IAS की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेन ड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप IAS की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें studyIQ.com।